All right, let us say hello to one Alexander the Great Hernandez, who walked into the octagon this past Saturday against Mike Breeden, short notice replacement opponent, and he chose violence. He chose violence on Saturday night. A vicious first round knockout victory took him 80 seconds, and it was the day after his 29th birthday. So a nice little birthday present for Alex Hernandez. Happy belated birthday, my man. Congratulations on the win. How are you?
I'm doing real well. So I got a full stomach. Just happy to be in San Antonio. You know, I just got back home, and I'm here with from Help to Shell too.
Oh man,
Scammer, did they come through? So yeah, we're here. He came down with me, do some seminars and hang out, show him Texas, and so we're doing good. Just living a little bit, having some time with family and whatnot.
Two of the most interesting people in the UFC hanging out together. We got to be filming this thing for sure. But
yeah, honestly,
listen, that was some performance, man. And I know that you were the biggest favorite on the card, and you performed the way that the biggest favorite on the card is expected to. You went in there, you put it away. But to me, this seems like more than that. I thought I saw like frustration lifting off of you, maybe a sprinkling of anger, some negative weight. It was just flying off of you with like every punch you threw. And then when his mouthpiece flew out, like the volume got turned up even more. Like that's what I saw. Am I in the ballpark? I mean, we've been talking for a while, and I just saw an angry man in there.
You got that expert analysis. It definitely was. I've been exhibiting a lot of composure, and trying to become just better at being in the moment and better at preparing myself, But I had a chip on my shoulder after that last one. We felt like we thought we had it, and I also felt like I did enough. But I also, maybe I didn't do enough, and I didn't have enough intensity, because I felt like I'm a lot better than that, and so I was frustrated, and I definitely told myself after that fight that I would never let myself fall short like that again, in the sense of physicality or intensity. And so immediately I took that, but I still think was a win. But I took that decision constructively, and I went right back to work. I got really grimy in the gym, and I was just ready. I've been ready for 7 months for a fight. Finally got this opportunity, and then the opponent falls out, and then we're going to lose the fight. Thank God for Glory and Mike Breeden, being able to fill in, and then. And I just kind of, like a purging, let loose. So it was good to get it. It was good to get it out.
It's kind of interesting to hear you say that, because we've had past conversations where you've needed to not really tone down the intensity, but you talked about, like, find yourself in the moment, be a little more patient, be a little more relaxed. And now after the Moises fight, you find yourself trying to like teeter onto the other side. So now we're trying to find that middle ground. Like, has that been an easy process, kind of seeing both sides?
No, man, it's a constant. It's just constant work, and you think you get it figured out. I was like, oh shit, I got this groove now. Okay, I figured it out. And then something like that last fight happens, and it was like, okay, maybe we, what do we have figured out? We don't really have much. It's just a constant. It's a constant effort. And yeah, maybe I got really good at being able to endure and sustain 3 rounds. But I realized, anybody can hang with you for 15 plus minutes on the feet, kind of playing one rhythm. You're playing one beat the whole time. You guys are kickboxing the whole time. Maybe you're not even changing enough tones within that kickboxing, meaning like your cadence doesn't change enough. But what kills people, and you've seen guys like when Gregor Gillespie came back and took Ferreira out with just relentless wrestling, because a lot of people aren't ready for that up down. You see a lot of guys break with the up down. There's a handful of guys, he just came to my mind first, but it's the up down that really breaks individuals. That's what gasses them out. Everybody's pretty comfortable and safe, especially when your nerves are on, playing a good defensive game. And that's what most guys, as we saw my last fight, most guys just want to kind of just sit back and save their energy and try to counter strike me. And so I need to make the fight ugly. I need to blend. I don't believe I'm the best at any single facet or discipline, but I do think I can be the best at blending the fight. I believe I'm really, really good everywhere, and I haven't necessarily utilized that as well as I should. And so with this fight, in preparation for Santos, Breeden, whoever, I was like, I'm just gonna use more tools. I'm gonna blend. I'm gonna shoot the takedown, I didn't even necessarily care to overcommit on it. It just depended. I almost wanted just to feel it, feel his weight, feel his pressure, feel how heavy he committed to his defense. Okay, if he's going to commit really heavy to the defense because he doesn't want to go to the ground, well, then let's work our clinch, crack, hit a big elbow. Okay, now the elbow shook him up. Now he's rocked. Now we can start opening up other strikes. Or, maybe he's prepared for that. And so I'll commit. I'll put my hips into the takedown. I'll finish the takedown, and also not feel like I need to hit the first one or second one. I get the third, fourth, because I'm doing it very efficiently and conserving my energy as I go. So I just wanted to become this like master of chaos. I want to exude every facet, every discipline in the game. And I want to do it sustaining the center of the cage, cornering off my opponents, beating them against the cage. I just want to keep them on their heels guessing the entire fight versus giving them moments to recover, find safe space in the striking. I want to change tempos.
Are you over the Thiago Moises fight? Like, it seems like you could turn the page rather quickly, but it seems like that fight's still kind of on your mind. Did the knockout kind of like get you over that hump, or is it still bother you now?
No, like, and I don't really care too much. I'm not really dwelling on anything in the past, honestly. Like I handled that really well. Like, lost in the past really got me down. That one, I was just like, I was mad. I was really mad, especially because it's half your check, and so I was like, man, I was fucking dumb is how I felt. I just felt like that was fucking stupid. That was how I felt. But I was discouraged, but I still just went on, all the same, got right back to the gym. Still, had a toast to my team after the fight. I wasn't going to go soak in my hotel room. And then Monday I got back to work and just hit it hard. And I just grew from it. I'm learning from it. I hate this whole 1-on-1 thing. That drives me a little nuts. I hate that shit. And I was really looking forward to like getting on a run, but you start expecting things too much. And then that's where you get bit. That's where you learn the hard way. And so, a big thing I've been adopting is like, hey, lose the ego, lose the expectation, and almost trusting your work to such a degree that you can surrender the outcome. So, no, I'm not bitter about anything. And this knockout didn't really do anything for me either. I just want more. I want more volume, and I want more work. I just want to get back to it. And so, I think kind of that approach, what I just said, that's kind of keeps me in this neutral plane, but a productive professional one where it's like, yeah, winning's great, but like, we're still not where we want to be. I still wanted that last one. I still want the next win. I'm grateful for the win because they don't come easy at the UFC. Even if it looks easy, it's still not easy. The preparation you build up for it, the nerves you feel leading up to it, the moments in the back before you go in, and you're trying to channel everything and get yourself right. All that shit's so hard. So it can be so daunting at times. So every win you should be grateful for, but I just want more volume. I want more. I'm sick of like 2 fights a year. I don't want to do that anymore. I'll take anybody at the end of this year. I just want more volume.
When did you find out that Santos was out? Like when he posted, or did you know before that?
No, and I don't even know when he posted, honestly. I don't ever really look at my opponent's Instagrams or anything like that. I don't really dabble in shit like that. I just kind of keep to myself. I watch them professionally, and then I'll see interviews and things. Maybe I'll get a taste from the beginning, but truthfully, I didn't even know Santos had one in an online account. I couldn't find it out the gate, and I was like, I don't really care to look for it. And then once camp gets going, like I said, I just analyze them in the very beginning, and then once it really gets going, I don't like to look at them because I don't want to overthink them. You start to wear them. But I got a text message. So my coaches were trying to keep it on the down low for a minute because they were trying to organize things and didn't want me to worry about it. I personally like to know about things pretty quick, which I told them, I was like, next time, just tell me up front because I want to know this. I'm doing all this visual work. I'm picturing this, 6'1" Brazilian cat standing across from me. I don't want to be picturing all this shit if it's just going to be, a shadow rather. I don't want to be over analyzing. And we've got this guy Caruso. Fucking love him. Caruso's this old ex-fighter. He's a staple of the gym, and he does the fight analysis and helps with like booking with our managers and things like that. He handles that kind of thing. And so the whole thing was like, coach was out on a 10-day excursion out in the woods going elk hunting, came right into fight week on like that Friday to meet me. Came with a big old bullhead too. He had a 6-pointer. Pretty sensational. I was like, that's the Sherpa energy I need right there, dog. That's what we need. And so Caruso's kind of like the man to talk to in between, right? And they told him, they're like, Caruso, do not fuck this up because he's got loose lips. Do not fuck this up. Do not tell him his opponent fell out yet. Okay, I don't want to worry him. Just keep him working, keep him motivated. We're going to figure out a solution and then we'll tell it to him. That Monday, he come in and he goes, hey, so new opponent? I was like, what did you say to me? And he's like, Mota's, talking about Nicholas Mota. He's like, Mota's going to be on your card October 2nd. I'm like, no, what the fuck did you just say before that? What'd you say to me? And he's like, Mota's on your card with a new opponent. He's got a new opponent. I'm like, Mota's got a new opponent. And he's like, yeah, Mota's got a new opponent. I'm like, I don't have a new opponent. He's like, no, you're not new. My opponent's the same. So yeah, like, okay, all right, I'll talk to you later, you fucking freak. And I went in and did practice and everything. And then that night, some fucking reporter messages me. And he's like, hey, so what do you think about your opponent falling out? What are your thoughts on new opponent? And I'm like, what the fuck? Because I'm working out, I'm doing this PT. And so then I call Jason House right away and I'm like, dude, Santos is out. And he's like, yeah. I'm talking to Shelby right now. We're working on it. I'm like, what the fuck? So that it did get me a little anxious there for a couple of days, but I was like, no, you can't control it. Don't worry about it. Just see. I'm pretty confident with that amount of time that they're going to find a replacement. They usually always do. So I was grateful for it. And like I said, I'm extremely happy to get a win and to have the date hold because you're preparing so much. Your diet's already on point. You're cutting the weight. So it'd be real unfortunate to get it pushed back a week or even 2 weeks because then you almost have to reshape your weight loss, you know?
Yeah. And Breed, it was funny because I talked to Breeden after he got the call. Like, it's a tough fight, man. Like Santos is tough, but now you're getting a guy who has a lot of knockout power, who has nothing to lose and everything to gain, coming in on short notice. You know, that's, I mean, it's a little tough, man. Like that's, even though you're the biggest favorite on the card, that's just what the betting odds think. It's a whole different approach for you because this just changed in less than 2 weeks for you. Yeah.
And that's why I don't place bets on MMA because we're human and there's no teams to really lean on. So guys can show up or not show up. Shit happens. You don't know their personal side leading into the fight. You don't know what their week. That's what I'm talking about. You don't know what the week of preparation looked like, the weight cut, the day of. They're humans. You just don't know what's going on that day. And I treated Breeden with the utmost respect and with the preparation that I would anybody. Every single guy since I was on the regional scene, I prepared for like they're the number one in the UFC. You know, nothing changes for me. My mindset doesn't change. I was more anxious for this fight. Just felt a little bit more of a nerve sensation for this fight than I did my fight before. You know, I did the Moyes fight, which was good. I told myself, I was like, this is great because that your fight before, I felt extremely flat. I didn't have my pop. I didn't have my power. I didn't feel the ability to commit to anything. I was moving a lot and I was doing fine work, but I didn't really feel that edge. A lot of like kind of maybe like the superpowers I feel like I sometimes possess when I'm in the cage, the explosiveness, resilience, the tenacity, that pressure. I didn't really feel any of that pop. And so in this fight, I was like, and just in the mental preparation leading up to it, I'm like, there's no way we don't have that this time. And carrying those nerves going into it, I think really helped give me that edge as well. But yeah, you know, I'm never one to discount a newcomer. You know, I would be the last person to do that.
Right.
So I know that feeling where it's like, fuck yeah, I'll take that fight. Why wouldn't I take that fight? We're in the deepest division. It's hard as shit to get in. I'll absolutely take any opportunity I can. And then, yeah, and I'm going to go in there swinging and take this guy's head off because I got nothing to lose. And either way, I'm going to get this contract at the end. So I might as well go in and make it bang. And when you're going against a guy with that kind of disparity, with those odds, you really swing and you're really going for the fences without any regard for yourself because you're like, why? You know, why? If he was fighting somebody like a contender guy who's coming up, you might have more reluctancy and he might not fight with the same degree of liberation that he would against someone like me, like how I fought Dariush, you know. And I knew I beat Dariush off of he was too passive. He was too calm. I was way too intense. He was too calm. And so I knew I was going to hit him with that. That was my whole plan, was to capitalize on that. Never let him get building, never let his veteranship come out on me, because undoubtedly at that point in my career also, I have no doubt he would have won a 3-round fight, you know, but I couldn't let it get to that. I had to get it done. And so I was prepared for Breeden to come out like that. That's why I got in that same stance like I would have been in my debut. I was prepared. You know, I was prepared to meet his intensity, and I wanted to break him with mine. And so I had every bit of respect for him going into that fight.
You just fought. You made quick work of Mike, and you said you want to get the reps, man. You want to go. You want another fight. So has anything even been presented to you? Like, let me just throw something out there, and I don't think it's you, but I host a matchmaking show like the day after these cards, and every week we make our picks for stuff, and then we're like, well, Alex just made it easy for us. He called for Santos. Like, let's do Santos. I actually gave you a top 15 guy against Diego Ferreira. I thought there's a rivalry there. Let's just cap that thing off and put a bow on it.
Yeah.
But a ton of people want to see you versus Paddy Pimblett. He's the new guy. He's the new up and comer. Everyone's
that's so funny. Damn, that's pretty cool. That actually kind of makes me want to see it too.
I'm getting that too.
Okay, Vince is saying he got a little bit of that heat also.
I'll take that.
Vince will take it also. I see. In my mind, I was like, man, I really want him to kind of like win another one to kind of build it up, but maybe, who knows if he does win another one. Maybe you need to take it while it's hot, take it while the skill's cooking. And so I don't know however the fuck that phrase goes. But I think in my mind, initially, I want him to kind of, despite his media glamour and everything, I want him to kind of earn it more. But yeah, I don't give a damn. That would boost my stock too. So that would be a great fight. The Santos one, I just wanted because I was thinking I would be able to get it in at the end of the year. The Pimblett fight would be something I'd be able to get in at the end of the year. So that would be fantastic. Also, now that you mention it, any of those guys, the Ferreira at the end of the year, all these guys actually make a lot of sense because they're all guys that had a fight, had the opportunity, something happened. And so they're prospects for the end of the year. The difficulty with most of it is that it's like, okay, well, you guys both just fought. We need to get all these other guys in. And so you don't get your draw the way you want to, and you don't get the volume. And so really for me, it's just that. Again, like I said, I just want to get in again. I'll take it on short notice. My manager didn't mention any options like that, like any scheduled dates or fun fights like that. He just said that we might be able to snag. There's a good pool of 55ers coming up. Stats have been showing, you're getting probably one fallout per card almost. He's like, I think I can get us in on one of these cards, but you got to be ready on like 2-week notice. And I'm like, say less, I'll be ready on 2-week notice. So that's really where my head's at. I'm kind of prepared for that. And so in my mind, I was like, I'll prepare for that. Eat these breakfast tacos today, spinach, spinach salads tomorrow. And I'll get ready for a short notice. And then after that short notice, I would want to promote a bigger card like any one of those guys you mentioned.
Yeah, phones on, basically.
Phones on, dude. You know me. I'm always game. I've never said no to a single person ever. So.
By the way, no bonus this time around. Like fastest finish on the card, most vicious finish on the card, and no bonus. It ended the day after your birthday. What the hell?
I know. I thought that was kind of silly too. But I think we should write a formal email to somebody. I don't know, but I thought I was kind of surprised by that too. Once the main event ended, I was like, oh, I was knucking everybody up. I was like, we just got it, boys. We got it. And then they heard, by the time I got to my manager's house, I was like, hey, we might get this bonus. And my buddies were like, you didn't get the bonus. I was like, fucking really? Looked over at house and manager had his head. He's like, we didn't get the bonus. So I was disappointed, but it is what it is.
All right. Did you have a nice little Vegas birthday party after the win?
Yeah. All appendages intact, penicillin on deck. Things went accordingly. We had a great weekend, great night. It was fun. But again, you know what? It was kind of like on the drive home. I got back home to Denver, fucking longest commute of all time, dude. We were in the plane because you wake up feeling like a bag of dicks that next day. So I wake up looking like a stepped on piece of bulgogi beef, dude, just fucking mushed and sour. And I wake up, we go to Denver airport. I destroyed someone's continental breakfast next door. It wasn't even ours. We went to this Hilton next door, destroyed a continental breakfast, go to the airport, and we're sitting on the plane, and they have maintenance issues, and they have some other gas issues, and then luggage issues, and we're on that plane for an hour and a half with the AC off. The AC cuts off, so they can't run it, and so I'm cooking there. Smell dry. I've got like mildew growing in my pits. I've got like just demonic sweat pouring out of my pores are dripping. I'm having dark satanic thoughts there. Sorry, man.
I
had a little bit of a phone there. He died.
You're talking about mold and demonic scents.
So I got the mildew of my demons seeping out of my pores right now, and I'm in the plane. And I'm looking over at Rafa, my boy who's there cornering with me, and our girl's in the back, and I'm like, okay, like we're all in agreement. like, fuck this, right? And so we get off the plane, and then shortly, as soon as we get off, like everybody decides to deboard. I guess they just decided to deboard the plane. So now I'm posted up with a porta sub sandwich, just really self-loathing at this point. And I used to be a big sub guy, so I'm like, and it's hilarious. Every time we walk out that Vegas airport, I always pass porta subs, and I'm like, I'm gonna spank around one of those footlongs on the way home. And I never end up doing it. And finally, I got to it. So I finally got my porta sub. I got this like turkey and roast beef one, and then I got a meatball sub also. The meatball was like tofu and ground chihuahua. It was the furthest thing from like subsidized meat here in America. So I'm like, I take a bite of that, and I'm like, you know what? That's not kosher. So then I threw that out and had me, a good roast beef turkey. We sit there in remorse a little bit longer, get back on the plane, sit for another 40 on the plane, finally get home. We got home at like 7:30 p.m. We were supposed to be home at 2:30. And then it's like a 40-minute drive, from the airport to home. So it was just a long day, man. Good victory joint on the way back, but it was a long day. It was a long day. So I feel like I've been just in recovery the last. I went to Texas. I've been go. So I've just been kind of in this like perpetual state of go. Finally got some sleep today. So
you and Pichel did a seminar, right?
Yep.
How was that, Vince? Did you guys molding the youth of America in martial arts ways?
Yeah, teaching them to be violent little bastards like us.
Yeah, so it's going well. It's going well. Yeah, did a seminar today. Gonna do another one tomorrow. I own the gym at it's called Ohana Academy Northeast. So anyone in San Antonio, if you're ever in San Antonio, that's my spot. So I try to come through. My dad runs it now that I live in Denver, and I just one thing I want to start doing is bringing guys down like every quarter and doing seminars. So Brandon Royval is going to be the next one.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll just bring the boys down and just share the knowledge.
Nice. All right, I'm just gonna ask your prediction on the title fight. December 12th or December 11th, we got Charles Oliveira defending against Dustin Poirier, who has the 2 wins over Conor. Who gets this one done?
Super exciting. I got Oliveira. Poirier's, they're both so impressive. They're both such champion caliber fighters, but to me, Oliveira has been put it together in a nuanced way where his skills, I believe in his technique, will outshine. And so I think that the changes that he's made to his game and the evolution of his game is what's going to take him and maybe even hold his position at the top for the foreseeable future. So I think he takes it over Poirier.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on the big win, Alex, on the 29 years of age and and you made it home safely. It was a long trip. You made it home safely. You smell like ass, but you made it home. And I guess that's all that matters. So congratulations on everything.
Good
all right, brother.
You, man.
Take care.
All right.